Hi, welcome back to Detailing World. In today's video we're going to be looking at a couple of products from Auto Fanatic. So I know a lot of you viewers are based in the UK. These guys come from the other side of the pond over in America. And with that in mind, there are a few things that you will need to consider if you do get a hold of these products. So being an American brand then, an American company, all of the dilution instructions are written in American measurements. So it's all fluid ounces and gallons. If you do get a hold of these products, you need to be aware that their gallons are different to ours. So a US gallon then is 3.785 litres, whereas an Imperial gallon is 4.546 litres. So yeah, if you do get these, make sure you get your dilutions correct. Otherwise you'll be making the product weaker than it really should be, and you might then think it's underperforming when in fact your dilutions are off. So yeah, we'll go through each of these quickly before we get out onto the car. So the products that they've sent us then is a wheel cleaner. We've got a shampoo and snow foam. Being American, they seem to use shampoos as snow foams as well, so we're going to be trying that. A single stage polish, which also says, interesting on it, it removes tar. And a gloss enhancer called 007, which is like a quick detailing spray. So yeah, we'll quickly go through the dilution instructions on a couple of these products. So starting off with the wheel cleaner then, this says for tough brake dust to use 12 to 14 ounces in a gallon of water. For medium brake dust, 8 to 10 ounces, and for light brake dust, 4 to 6 ounces. So I'm going to be going with the medium brake dust dilution of 8 to 10 ounces into a gallon. So I've done some maths here, and that equates to 236 ml into 3.785 litres. Break that down because I don't want to make up that much product. Roughly that comes to 47.2 ml into 757 ml of water. So that's, you're almost going to get close to a litre product. So if you round those figures to 50 ml into 800 ml, that gives you a dilution ratio of 1 to 16. Moving on to shampoo next then. So onto the shampoo then, this says to use this as a snow foam to put 4 ounces into the foam cannon of your choice. Now most foam cannons are a 1 litre capacity. So 4 ounces is 118 ml. You're not going to quite get a litre of water into that. So let's say you can, we'll just do ease of numbers here. 118 ml into 1 litre of water is pretty close to being a 1 to 10 dilution ratio. So I'm just going to do my usual with this and put in 50 ml of this product into 500 ml of water, because that's pretty much all you need to snow foam a car. You can add a touch more, make it 60 ml into 500. So I'm just going to be going with my usual dilution instructions on this one. And as for using it as a shampoo itself, it simply just says to add 2 ounces into a bucket. It doesn't really say much more than that. So 2 ounces again is about 60 ml. So as I say, 4 ounces, we did the maths earlier, is 118 ml. Let's just half that. We'll call it 60 ml. It should be 59, but hey, we'll go with nice round numbers. So yeah, with that said, we'll crack on and give the neighbour's car a quick clean. Okay, so we'll start off first then by giving the wheels a quick rinse, and as you can see from here, just giving them a rinse alone gets a lot of the loose dirt off there. Here I'm just applying the all-purpose cleaner. This is a 10-to-1 mix just to get the tyres clean of any tyre dressing, ready for some fresh dressing later on. As you may notice, I've gone back to the old faithful tyre scrubbing brush there. The other one I'm struggling a bit, but I will keep trying it. But yeah, this one I find I've got more control. Once you've gave the tyres a quick clean down, then just give them another rinse off before moving on to the wheels. So here I'm just mixing up a solution for the spray bottle, and in this one I'm using about 24 ml to 380 ml of water, and I'm just flushing the syringe out there, just make sure I've got all the product out. So we'll just apply that onto this wheel first, and then in a moment we'll try it with the foamer. So as always, apply a bit of the cleaner to the brush as well, and just work your way around the barrels. As I say, we've got a Back to Basics series video, which I'll put a link in the corner now, if you want to watch that to learn how to clean your wheels properly. Then finally we'll just move on to cleaning the faces of these spokes as well before rinsing them off and moving on to the next wheel. So as it's called a wheel foam, I've decided to try it in a Maralex foamer, so I'm using around about 47-48 mils of product into 760 mil of water here. And a tip here as well is use it in a oversized bottle. So here, this shot, I can get at least 30 to 45 seconds of continuous spraying, because there's only about a litre of product in a 2 litre bottle. You can get a lot more air in there, a lot more pressure, and spray for much longer. So yeah, thoroughly cover the wheel and let that sit for a little while. You can see it's coming out really, really thick. And if you're interested, again, I've done a video on the Maralex sprayer, so I'll put a link for this up top. And this is using the sort of medium strength foaming nozzle in here. So just like with the other wheels then, apply a little bit of the product. Actually apply some of the standard spray products onto the brush just to get into the barrels again. But really, with how well that foams up, you don't really need to apply too much onto the brush either. You can apply a bit of the foam into the brush. And yeah, just clean that as you would again as usual. This just can really help on really stubborn wheels. It just helps the foam sit on there a little bit longer, and you can see all the dirt coming out there. So yeah, it makes for nice pretty shots like this, but it also does a survey function as well, just by letting the product sit on the surface, whether it's wheels or bodywork, whatever it is you're using the foam for. You just get to sit on there a little bit longer and just basically work into the dirt and the crud that's baked onto the car and help you remove it a lot safely with either a wash mitt or in this case a wheel brush for the wheels. So as I said earlier on, the shampoo can be used as a snow foam. So here I'm just mixing up my usual 10-to-1 mixture. So that's 500 ml of water going in there with 50 ml of product. Kind of missed it in this shot, but the shampoo is a very, very thick product. It's stupidly thick, really. I had to pour some more water back out of the foam lights here back into the jug so I could run it through this measuring syringe, just flush it all through properly. So it's a very, very thick product. But yeah, as I say, it's a 10-to-1 mix, so 50 ml product, 500 ml water, and we'll look at the results in a moment. So as you can see, it's not the thickest of snow foaming products. It is a shampoo mainly, but as I say, the Americans, from my experience, seem to use shampoos as snow foams as well. So I think really the idea here is you would apply it as a snow foam through the foam lance and then wash the car with that being on there. Maybe have a bucket of soapy water ready at the same time, rather than using it as a traditional sort of snow foam as you would here in the UK normally, where you probably have like quite a thick blanket of snow foam and walk away and 10 minutes later it's still there. As you can see, that front wing, it's almost getting clear again, and I've not even snow foamed the other side yet. So onto the shampoo mix, you can pretty much see the shampoo going in there, and I'm trying to use here roughly 2 ounces into a bucket, so about 60 ml of product. So all in all, out of that bottle, I've used roughly about 110 ml in this one video, so 50 ml for the snow foam, and then another 60 here in this bucket of water. It may have been too much, but they were the directions on the bottle to have 2 ounces into a bucket, so I converted that to roughly 60 ml. It's going around the entire car then. It's a very, very slick product, and it really does foam up quite well. I kept dipping the pressure washer back in just to get some more suds and some more foam, and it really does keep foaming up. So maybe you don't quite need 60 ml. If you do go ahead and purchase a bottle of this, maybe 30 ml would be enough to start off with. But it is a very slick product, and as I say, if you went ahead and applied it through the snow foam lance, let that sit on the car and then wash it with, say, a weaker solution of wash solution, that might be the best bet, really. So you've already got a solution sprayed over the car, and then you just go back to the bucket just to rinse out in one bucket and then get a little bit more soap onto the wash mitt. But for me, I just did it the usual way, which is treat the product as a snow foam, and I rinsed it off and then washed it in my usual manner afterwards. And so with the car all rinsed off, then you can see there's no protection on here. So I went ahead with the quick detailer, the 007 gloss enhancer. Just use that as a drying aid. You can also use this as a final wipe down. You can use this for a variety of things. So I'm using it here, as I say, as a drying aid more than anything. And see if it does add any shine to it as well. So just apply that quite liberally all over the panel and then just dry it off with your preferred drying towel. So coming off the wing there, this did really help bring off the water as well. It also helped lift any water spotting off the car. So we'll take a look at a shot in a moment on the glasswork, but it definitely does add a little bit of gloss and a bit of sort of slick feel into the paintwork as well. So a very, very good product, this one. A very worthwhile purchase of the 007 gloss enhancer. So as you can see, we've got some watermarks on the window screen here. Apologies, I've misfocused a little bit, but apply a bit of this onto here and it does remove watermarks. You can also use it as a bit of a glass cleaner. I know it's quite a versatile product, so I'll just wipe over with a drying towel and you should notice that the watermarks have gone once I've buffed off the dampness that's left behind from this wet towel. And there we have it, finally. And of course it wouldn't be right if we didn't do a bit of a water test on here, so I've just got the watering can out. I think I'd put the hose pipe away by this point, and just trying to test some beading and sheeting at once here. So obviously this is probably the best way of simulating a rainfall, really, using the watering can with the sprinkle attachment on there. And then we'll just pop that off some open flowing water, just see how well it sheets. And again, it does sheet quite well here. Not the fastest sheeting product, but again, it is a very, more of a versatile quick detailer rather than a dedicated spray wax or spray sealant or anything like that. It's just a great all-round quick detailer that will do a little bit of everything, but it does it all rather well, to be fair. So yeah, not the fastest sheeting product, but it does offer a little bit of protection compared to what was on there beforehand, which was basically flat as anything. And then finally, a little bit pressed for time, but I tried to get some polishing shots in here. So I did try the polish. The sun was basically hiding behind clouds, so it's quite hard to show you what I could see. It does remove some swirls, not a lot, not massive, but it certainly did help. And again, it does help just make the paintwork feel that little bit slicker. So yeah, I'm just working this in here on the test section of a bonnet. We'll have a look at the sort of swirl reduction in just a moment. Quick tip when buffing, try not to use your left hand, especially if you've got a wedding ring or a watch on there. I'm just using my left hand here, simply just to get my right arm out of the way of the camera. So yeah, bad habit that there. Usually I do use the right hand, but yeah, just ignore that, pretend you've never seen it for the time being. So here I'm just trying to show the difference in the swirling. It's quite hard to see any improvement. There was a little bit, not a massive amount, but it does definitely add a little bit of clarity back to the paintwork and just that little bit of slickness. So I went around, tested the whole car as well, did the whole lot, why not? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So we'll get back into the garage and go from there. Right then, so that's the car all done, and we've had a quick look at all of these products. So we'll just go through each of them one by one, starting off with the wheel cleaning foam. So yeah, the wheel foam then, as I said, this worked out at roughly a 16:1 ratio, or 1:16, whichever way you want to call it. So 1 part product into 16 parts water. So I put 24 mil of this into about 378 mil of water into a standard sort of trigger spray bottle. And then I made up double the amount in a pump sprayer, 47.2 mil, so about 47 mil to 757 mil of water in that pump sprayer. So yeah, this came out very thick and very nice as a foaming kind of wheel cleaner if you put it in a pump sprayer. So if you've got something like the Marolex Axle Foam, which I'll put a link up here to a video we released a while ago, amazing really, and it just clings quite well through a standard trigger bottle. Really nice, and it doesn't take much agitation to get it foaming up, and it does pull all the dirt out. So I did like that wheel cleaner, and as I always say on this channel, I do enjoy products that are just wheel cleaners rather than the hybrids. There's nothing wrong with the hybrid ones, but sometimes all you want is a wheel cleaner that you can dilute yourself without worrying it's going to strip any wheel protection you may have on there. So after the wheels, then we went on to the shampoo and snow foam. So I've used quite a lot of this today. I've actually used about 4 ounce or a quarter of a bottle, all for the sake of making a YouTube video. So yes, I went with about 2 ounces, 50 ml into 500 ml of water as a snow foam. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't bother using this as a snow foam. It did cling for a while, but there was no thickness to it. It didn't look like it cleaned too much either. I mean, the car, afterwards I realised it looked quite clean anyway, even though the neighbours asked me to clean it. But yeah, it's not like a traditional snow foam. It is just like putting any other shampoo. You know, it could be any other brand through a snow foam lance, and that's what you're going to get. So yeah, you've got 2 options really. You can apply about 50 ml, 60 ml into a bucket, which is what I did, which is also around about 2 ounces, into a bucket of about 15-20 litres, or apply it through a snow foam lance and then wash the car with it already on there, which again, that is how I understand a lot of people over in the States do wash the car. As I say, a lot of them seem to use a hose pipe as opposed to a pressure washer, and they'll apply products such as this through a foam cannon and then leave that on and wash it that way using a bucket just to rinse them in between. So yeah, the British way would be, I suppose, use a snow foam or an all-purpose cleaner, whatever pre-wash you want, and then use that as just a shampoo in a bucket. But as I say, you can adopt the American method if you wish. So after washing the car then, I was thinking of trying the polish and using the gloss enhancer last. However, this has a lot of uses. So if I just quickly go through the back of the label here. So exterior, you can use it as a exterior quick detailer for some extra gloss. You can give your ceramic coating an extra top up. You can use it as a drying aid, which is exactly what I did. I went around all the car and it picked up any water spots amazingly. You can use it interior, mix it 50-50 with some distilled water, and you can use it to mop down the trim and all of that jazz. You can use it as a clay bar lubricant. And also it says to use it in paint correction, spray a single mist on your foam microfiber correcting pads to reduce surface tension. So, and by that I assume it means it's like a pad prep kind of product rather than actually polishing with this stuff. So a lot, it's very versatile, a lot of uses for that. And as I say, the way I use this then was more of a drying aid. I just left the car kind of to dry naturally a bit because it was very flat. There was no sort of sheeting coming off on there. But it did leave a few water spots behind, so I just went round, spritzed this on the windows, the panels, and then just mopped it all up with a dry towel. And it did get rid of all the water spotting that was on the car. So, yep, great as a drying aid, and also did add a bit of sheeting as well. I did test that out. So yeah, that's a great all-round product. I did like that. And then finally, we was onto the Ultimate Secret Weapon Single Step, which is a polish product. So you can use this by hand or by machine. So obviously I went with the hand option because I know a lot of you guys are going to be using this by hand. I probably would go with the dual action machine personally if I was going to use this again. It also says use it as tar removal. Unfortunately, it's mid-March now, and as you can expect, the weather, it's sunny for about an hour and then it'll spit with rain, dry the car, nice and sunny again. In fact, it's really sunny right now as I'm recording this, but it'll probably spit of rain in about an hour. So I wasn't able to go around the entire car, but I did do a fair bit of testing with this. I don't know how well I got it on camera. It did fill in some swirls, so that was really nice. I tested it on the bonnet and the front wings and the doors. The paint does feel a lot slicker as well after you've applied that. So yeah, something I will be testing a bit more because I've not been able to give that a thorough test today simply just because the weather just doesn't want to stay constant. It just keeps changing its mind. So there we have it then. That's the Auto Fanatic range. So thanks very much to the guys over at Auto Fanatic for sending this stuff out. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do consider subscribing as well. Also, just quick one to mention, we've recently launched our Patreon page as well, so I'm not going to be promoting this in every single video. I don't want to be bombarding you with this. I just want to make you aware. It's something we've recently launched, so if you want to help support the channel, that's fantastic. If not, there's no pressure, no one has to join. We're not expecting anyone to join whatsoever. As always, you can check us out on Instagram as well at Detail and Mode Official, and you can check myself out on there as Randomly Set. So yeah, once again, hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video.